Hey guys, it's Anthony Bandiero here, attorney and senior legal instructor for Blue to Gold Law Enforcement Training, bringing on the Roadside Chat from the studio. Here we got a great question from the great state of Idaho, which is going to be my future residence one day. I already bought the land, I just have to build the house. So here's what we got going on there. So this question is, can police evict tenants or occupants from a long-term stay motel? Man, before I get into this, this area of the law is really underdeveloped. We certainly have a lot of cases from evicting people from motels and hotels and so forth, and of course we have lots of cases from trying to get people out of apartments and houses, and then in between those two is the long-term stay, the extended stay of America type of situation. And let's go through it. All right, let's go. This is good stuff here. Okay, so here's a scenario. A local hotel, it was a Motel 6, and now it's called the extended stay. Is it? Yeah, extended stay. What? I mean, I would love to live there. It just sounds like a beautiful place. And so the cop, gets requests by staff to evict people, right? And they want to know, and while we're evicting people, another question that the cop is asking, do we have to, does the manager have to give the notice to evict? Can we do it for the manager? Can we walk right into the door? Can we just use the master key and just walk right in? All right. So hopefully this video is not too long, but I'm telling you, this video is going to help you because this issue comes up all the time. Okay, let's first start with the premise of dealing with true hotels that are your stereotypical, 1 night, 2 night type of scenarios. So the law is pretty clear on this one. Hotels and motels have a common law right to evict people for cause. These are what the courts refer to as transient lodging, right? The person knows that they're not going to be staying there forever, and that if they break the rules, it's not unreasonable to expect to get the boot. So the law is pretty clear. If the management calls you and says, hey, we need help evicting this person because of partying, drugs, smoking, whatever, breaking stuff, then the law is pretty clear that they got to leave. But what about if they pay for the next week, Anthony? That's a civil issue. The money that's owed is a civil issue. That's not your problem. The next thing is, of course, apartments, houses, renting rooms. We know that those are homes, right? Those are homes. You cannot go in there and evict people from those tenancy relationships, whether it's a verbal contract, written, it doesn't matter. The law is going to presume that eviction order is going to be needed because that is their home. And the law has an interest in not putting people on the street from their home. Does that make sense? So those are your two different situations, and we got to meet in the middle at the long-term stay. So here's my advice. If you're dealing with an occupant, and you may have to inquire on this, but if you're dealing with an occupant who, according to the hotel or whatever, is like, this is their long-term stay, like, hey, what's this guy's deal? How long has he been here? What did he tell you when he's leaving? If it seems to you that this long-term stay is their home, like they've been, they told the manager that this is their plan to stay for a long time. They've been there for a long time. They've paid for the room in advance for a while. You're making case law, right? I can't find any case law that's really decided these issues yet, but you are making case law. And if it was me, if I believed that this person, right, the occupant, if I believe that he reasonably believed that this is his new home and he plans, all the indicators seem that he's going to stay there for a while, I'm going to tell the manager to get eviction orders. That's just what I'm going to do. I'm not looking to make bad case law. And I think that I know the law's in my favor, right? But if I believe that this person is essentially the same type of person that stays at motels, transient lodging, they pay for 1 day or 2 days at a time, we're unsure when they're leaving, I'm going to treat it like a hotel guest. And therefore, they're subject to immediate eviction. Does that help? I'm not trying to confuse this issue, but I think that you should inquire on these situations and see, who they are. Are they a tenant, or are they a mere transient occupant of a hotel? So that's what I'm looking for. All right. Some states, like Illinois, has a 30-day rule that really helps cops. If they've been there for more than 30 days, they definitely get treated like a tenant. So you got to get eviction orders. Does that mean that you can in Illinois you can't have a person who's been there just for 2 weeks? In other words, if a person in Illinois hasn't been there for 30 days, but they paid up for 30 days and intend to stay longer, does that mean that they cannot be that they can be evicted at 2 weeks? The answer is, I don't know. If the court believes that they're a tenant and they had a reasonable expectation of privacy of long-term stay, I think you're going to still have the same problems I'm talking about. All right, let's move on to who has to do the eviction. Does the manager have to be one at the door to do it? The answer is no. Should they be the one to do it? If it's safe, the answer is yes. The next question, can we just barge right in? The answer is no, right? Knock and announce applies here. This is a Fourth Amendment issue. We can't just barge in there and, tell them, hey, you're out of here. You want to do it professionally, reasonably. Give them notice and tell them, hey, you guys are being evicted. If they say, I don't want to answer the door, say you don't have a choice. You're being evicted, right? Your occupancy ends now, and then you go from there. All right, guys, I hope it helps. It's a very good question. The big takeaway here is use good judgment. If under the totality of the circumstances, the long-term stay occupant seems to be like this is their more like an apartment than a hotel, I would get eviction orders. That's what I would suggest to my cops. All right, hope it helps. Guys, do me a favor before you leave. Hit like or comment, hit subscribe, share with your friends. I want to teach as many cops as possible search and seizure, so we're making good case law. All right, until next time, my friends, stay safe.
When it comes to law enforcement training, we are the gold standard. Visit bluetogold.com or call 888-579-7796 to learn more about our training, books, and free webinars. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel.